What if I told you there's a way to reverse heart disease, not just prevent it, but reverse it? And what if this solution doesn't come in a pill, but from something as simple as food? Every day, 2,300 Americans die from heart attacks. That's almost one person every 38 seconds. And yet, 99% of seniors have never heard about this one natural compound that could save their lives: dietary fiber. I'm Mr. Harold Bennett, a 76-year-old former teacher who survived a massive heart attack. What changed my life wasn't just medicine, it was a powerful truth revealed to me by a doctor you may know, Dr. William Li. He taught me how certain foods rich in fiber can unclog arteries and reduce cholesterol without the side effects of statins. This video isn't just about science. It's about hope. It's about how understanding your gut microbiome, your inflammation, and the power of soluble fiber can help you live not just longer, but better. So if you care about someone over 60, or you are that someone, watch till the end. Comment "I'm ready" below if you believe food can heal. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Mini hook: at the end of this video, I'll reveal the exact breakfast I eat every morning to keep my heart beating strong. You won't want to miss it. Let me take you back to the 1980s. I was in my 30s, and at that time, fiber was considered a joke in the medical world. Doctors told us it just keeps you regular. Nothing more. And I believed them. But that belief nearly cost me my life. Fast forward to my 60s. My cholesterol levels were high. My doctor handed me a prescription and said, "Take these statins, forever. No questions. No alternatives. No mention of foods that lower cholesterol." Nobody told me about soluble fiber, or that something as simple as oatmeal could help protect my heart. That was the truth hidden in plain sight. It wasn't until I stumbled upon a talk by Dr. William Li that I realized the science had changed. He explained how beta-glucan in oats for heart health could reduce LDL cholesterol, and how short-chain fatty acids from fiber-fed bacteria could lower inflammation and heart disease risk. That day, I stopped thinking of fiber as just bathroom stuff. I started seeing it as medicine. Doctors were wrong, not because they were bad, but because science evolves. And now, we know better. Now, we know that natural ways to reduce cholesterol are not myths. They're proven. So, let me ask you. Have you or someone you love ever been told that diet doesn't matter as much as medication? Comment below with "Yes, I've heard that," or "No, this is new to me." Let's share our experiences. And if this is your first time hearing the full story behind fiber and cardiovascular health, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Someone else may need this more than you know. Here's something I never thought I'd say in my 70s. Your gut may hold the key to your heart. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But let me explain. After watching Dr. William Li's talk, I dug deeper. Turns out, fiber doesn't just pass through your digestive system and exit. No. It feeds something far more important: your gut microbiome, the 39 trillion bacteria living inside your belly. When I first heard that, I laughed. I'm not feeding bacteria, I thought. But I was wrong. You see, when you eat dietary fiber from foods like oatmeal, lentils, or apples, you're not just helping yourself, you're feeding your friendly gut bacteria. And when they eat, they produce something called short-chain fatty acids, like acetate, propionate, and butyrate. These little guys are game changers. They lower inflammation and heart disease, regulate your blood sugar, and, here's the big one, they help your body metabolize fat more efficiently. That means less LDL cholesterol, less arterial plaque, and better vascular health for elderly folks like us. So, if someone ever tells you, fiber's just for pooping, send them this video. Because what happens in your gut could save your heart. Let me ask you this: do you eat to feed yourself, or your bacteria too? Comment below with "feeding both" if this surprised you. And if you've already made changes to support your gut health, share what worked. Did you know that chronic inflammation is a silent killer lurking in your body, increasing your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer? But there's a powerful ally in your kitchen that can help combat this threat: dietary fiber. Story. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection. However, when it becomes chronic, it can damage your arteries, leading to atherosclerosis, a major contributor to heart attacks and strokes. Research shows that a diet high in fiber, particularly soluble fiber, can reduce markers of inflammation. Foods like oats, barley, and legumes are rich in beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber known to lower LDL cholesterol and reduce inflammation. Moreover, the short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, produced when fiber is fermented in the gut have anti-inflammatory properties. They help maintain the integrity of the gut lining, preventing harmful substances from entering the bloodstream and triggering inflammation. Twist. Surprisingly, many people consume less than half the recommended daily intake of fiber, missing out on these protective benefits. Call to action. Have you experienced the benefits of a high-fiber diet? Share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on how to protect your heart naturally. Did you know that a simple breakfast could be the key to protecting your heart? You don't need expensive pills or strict diets. Just one bowl of oatmeal each morning may significantly reduce your risk of heart disease. Oatmeal and cholesterol have been studied together for decades. Oats contain a powerful soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which helps lower LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol that clogs arteries and increases your risk of a heart attack. Clinical studies suggest that consuming at least 3 grams of beta-glucan daily can reduce LDL levels by 5 to 10%. But that's not all. Soluble fiber from oats also helps regulate blood sugar, support digestion, and keep you full longer, crucial benefits for seniors looking for natural ways to reduce cholesterol and maintain a healthy weight. Weight control is one of the most important pillars in any anti-inflammatory diet for heart health. Besides oatmeal, many other foods are rich in fiber and support heart health, such as beans. Packed with soluble fiber, beans not only lower cholesterol but also stabilize blood sugar. Fruits, apples, pears, berries, and avocados are rich in antioxidants and fiber, perfect heart attack prevention foods. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, and broccoli are excellent sources of fiber and anti-inflammatory compounds. Unfortunately, most people, especially older adults, consume only 15 to 18 grams of fiber per day, far below the recommended 25 to 30 grams. This fiber deficit increases the risk of high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular problems. To fix this, here are some practical tips. Start your day with a cholesterol-lowering breakfast like oatmeal topped with fruit and nuts. Swap white bread for whole grain or multigrain options. Add beans to your salads, soups, or stews. Eat whole fruits instead of drinking juice to retain their natural fiber. As you increase your fiber intake, remember to drink plenty of water to avoid bloating or digestive discomfort. Fiber works best when paired with hydration. Now I want to ask you, are you ready to invest in your heart with these simple yet powerful changes? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more science-backed tips on senior heart health. Let's take the first step together, one bowl of oats at a time. I will never forget that morning. My wife, Ellen, and I had just finished our routine health checkup. After her tests, the doctor pulled me aside. His voice was calm, but serious. "Mr. Harold," he said, "your heart looks strong. But there's something we need to talk about." I frowned. "What is it?" He pointed to a line on my blood work report. The numbers were printed in red. "Your LDL cholesterol is significantly high. If this continues, you're facing a real risk of a heart attack." It felt like someone poured cold water down my back. I thought I was doing things right, walking daily, eating vegetables, taking my medications. But clearly, something was wrong. That evening, I remembered a conversation I had with Dr. William Lee. He looked me in the eye and said, "Harold, it's not just about exercise or pills. The future of your heart health starts with your breakfast." I laughed nervously. "My breakfast?" He nodded, seriously. "Yes. A proper cholesterol-lowering breakfast can literally change the course of your cardiovascular health." That sentence hit me like lightning. It launched me into a new journey, one that revolved around the power of oatmeal. Before that moment, I always thought of oatmeal as a bland diet food. I had no idea about the deep connection between oatmeal and cholesterol. But Dr. Lee explained that oats are rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber known to bind with LDL cholesterol in your gut, preventing it from being absorbed into your bloodstream. Even more fascinating, oats are full of natural antioxidants that protect your arteries from the damage of oxidized cholesterol, the invisible enemy that slowly builds arterial plaque and chokes your blood flow. So I made a change. Every morning, I started eating a warm bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds, flax seeds, banana, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Simple. Affordable. Yet incredibly powerful. After 3 months, I returned to the clinic. The doctor smiled. "Mr. Harold, your LDL cholesterol is down by nearly 20%. Even better, your HDL cholesterol, the good kind, is rising steadily." This wasn't magic. It was science. It was consistency. It was me choosing a natural way to reduce cholesterol over dependency on medication alone. My body was healing, and all I did was change my breakfast. But here's the best part. I didn't keep this to myself. I started telling my friends, my community. Many of them were like me, over 60, worried about heart health, looking for answers. And they began to adopt this simple habit. The results? Less weight, better blood pressure, more energy, and fewer emergency visits. If you're still wondering whether something as ordinary as oatmeal can change your life, let me be clear, it changed mine. Now, let me ask you, what did you eat this morning? Was it something that feeds your heart? Or something that silently hurts it? If you haven't explored an anti-inflammatory diet for heart health, this is the perfect place to begin. You don't need expensive supplements. Just start with 1 bowl of oats. Add nuts, fruits, and heart-healthy toppings. You'll be amazed at the impact over time. I'm not sharing this story for likes or views. I'm sharing it because I've lived through the fear of chest pain, the panic of short breaths, the hospital beeps, and I don't want that for you. Your heart deserves better. So if you found value in this story, leave a comment below. What's your go-to breakfast? Have you tried adding foods that lower cholesterol to your routine? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Every week, I'll share more insights from my personal journey, backed by science and real-life transformation. Because I believe, getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. It means getting wiser, and living with purpose. I still remember that morning clearly. I was preparing breakfast when my wife, Ellen, looked at me with concern and asked, "Harold, do you remember the last time we checked our cholesterol?" That simple question hit me like a bolt of lightning. I searched my memory, but I couldn't recall. It had been too long since we paid attention to our heart health. So we went to the clinic for a checkup. The results were alarming. My LDL cholesterol was dangerously high, and my HDL cholesterol, the good kind, was lower than it should be. The doctor warned me, if I didn't change my lifestyle, I was headed straight toward a potential heart attack. That moment changed everything. I began researching the link between food and cholesterol and discovered something powerful: oatmeal and cholesterol have a long history. According to the Mayo Clinic, oatmeal contains beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that can reduce the absorption of cholesterol into the bloodstream. I decided to make a small but consistent change. Every morning, I made myself a bowl of oatmeal, adding sliced bananas and a handful of walnuts. Within a few weeks, I felt lighter, more energetic, and more in control. 3 months later, I returned to the clinic. The doctor looked at my results with surprise. My LDL levels had dropped significantly, and my HDL had improved. He smiled and said, "Harold, keep doing what you're doing." During this journey, I also learned about oxidized cholesterol, a dangerous form of cholesterol that contributes to arterial plaque, those sticky buildups in your arteries that can block blood flow. When left unchecked, these blockages can lead to serious heart conditions. But the good news is, foods rich in antioxidants, like fruits, vegetables, and oats, can help reduce oxidized cholesterol and clear your arteries. Besides oatmeal, I started incorporating other heart attack prevention foods into my diet: beans, berries, spinach, almonds, and olive oil. I also followed a more holistic approach, embracing natural ways to reduce cholesterol, including regular walking, deep breathing exercises, and better sleep. One of the most impactful changes I made was switching to an anti-inflammatory diet for heart health. I cut back on processed foods and focused on whole, plant-based ingredients. The effects were noticeable, not just in my lab numbers, but in how I felt day to day. Looking back, I realized that all it took was one bowl of oatmeal to start a ripple effect of positive change. A breakfast so simple, yet so powerful, had helped me take back control over my health. So now I turn to you. When was the last time you checked your cholesterol? Could something as simple as changing your breakfast be the beginning of your transformation? If this story resonates with you, let me know in the comments. Share your experiences. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more life-changing insights into senior health. Let's make heart health simple and personal, one bowl at a time. Mr. Harold, did you know that a simple breakfast could save your life? That sentence from my doctor echoed in my mind for the rest of the day. I never imagined that something as ordinary as breakfast could have such a profound impact on heart health. For years, my mornings began with white toast and black coffee, quick, easy, familiar. I thought I was doing fine. But after a routine health check, my doctor gave me the news: my LDL cholesterol was dangerously high, and my HDL cholesterol, the so-called good cholesterol, was far too low. That's when I started digging. I found out about oatmeal and cholesterol, how oats, especially the kind rich in beta-glucan, could help absorb cholesterol in the gut and lower it in the blood. It turns out that beta-glucan is a special soluble fiber that forms a gel in the digestive tract, trapping oxidized cholesterol before it enters the bloodstream. This action prevents the buildup of arterial plaque, the sticky substance that clogs arteries and leads to heart attacks. So I made a change. I swapped my usual breakfast for a warm bowl of oatmeal, topped with banana slices and a handful of walnuts. Within weeks, I felt lighter, more energized, and oddly, happier. Something about starting the day with care gave me purpose. 3 months later, I returned to the clinic for another test. This time, my results showed significant improvement. My LDL cholesterol had dropped. My HDL cholesterol had risen. The doctor smiled and said, "Whatever you're doing, keep it up." But I didn't stop with just breakfast. I also explored other natural ways to reduce cholesterol. I walked every day, practiced deep breathing to reduce stress, and avoided processed meats. I focused on eating more fruits, leafy greens, and healthy fats. I slowly built what the experts call an anti-inflammatory diet for the heart, and I've never felt better. It was fascinating to learn how just one change, something as simple as breakfast, could affect so much. Oatmeal and cholesterol became more than a phrase, it became my lifeline. Foods high in fiber, like oats, lentils, and apples, are now staples in my kitchen. They're not just heart attack prevention foods, they're part of a new lifestyle. To anyone watching this who's worried about their heart health, I say this: don't wait for a scare. Don't wait for the numbers to climb. Start today. Try switching up your breakfast. Try the oats. Share your experience in the comments. Have you tried using food to improve your health? And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'll keep sharing what I've learned, not just as a patient, but as someone who now believes in the healing power of food. Together, we can live longer, healthier, and happier, one bowl of oatmeal at a time. One quiet morning, as I was preparing my usual bowl of oatmeal, my granddaughter Lily rushed in and asked, "Grandpa, why do you eat oatmeal every day?" Her innocent question made me smile. I picked her up and said, "Because it keeps Grandpa's heart strong, so I can play with you every day." Her giggle warmed my heart, but it also reminded me of the journey I took to reclaim my health. Not too long ago, I didn't pay much attention to what I ate. Breakfast was often a slice of white bread with black coffee. I thought I was healthy, until my doctor gave me a stern look and said, "Your LDL cholesterol is too high, and your HDL cholesterol is too low. That's a dangerous mix." He explained how LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, contributes to arterial plaque buildup inside your arteries that can restrict blood flow. Worse, if oxidized cholesterol forms, it can trigger inflammation, leading to a heart attack. That was my wake-up call. Determined to change, I dove into research. One thing kept coming up over and over: oatmeal and cholesterol. Specifically, oatmeal contains beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that binds with cholesterol in the digestive tract and prevents its absorption into the bloodstream. According to the Mayo Clinic, just 5 to 10 grams of soluble fiber a day can reduce your total LDL cholesterol. That was all I needed to know. From that day forward, I swapped my white bread for a heart-healthy bowl of oatmeal. I tossed in some banana slices and a few walnuts, making it both delicious and powerful. Within a few weeks, I felt lighter and more energetic. But the real surprise came 3 months later when I returned to my doctor. He looked at my numbers and raised an eyebrow. "Your LDL is down, HDL is up. Whatever you're doing, keep at it." Since then, I've embraced several natural ways to reduce cholesterol. I started walking daily, eating more greens, and avoiding foods high in saturated fat. I began following an anti-inflammatory diet for heart health, one rich in fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and whole grains. Each change I made felt small, but together they transformed my life. And it all began with that simple morning ritual, a warm bowl of oatmeal. I want you to know that managing cholesterol isn't about medications alone. It's about the little decisions we make every day, starting with our breakfast. If you're struggling with cholesterol levels or looking to prevent heart disease, I urge you, try adding oatmeal to your routine. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful heart attack prevention foods. And don't keep this to yourself, share your experience in the comments below. Your story might just inspire someone else. And remember to subscribe to stay updated with practical, life-saving advice for your heart and health. Because sometimes, the path to a stronger heart starts with a spoonful of oats.